Good evening.
I just want to say good evening to all of you watching Recovery live streams now. My name is Lincoln Russ. We've got Kelly on with us now. We're going to do a special exclusive interview where we're going to talk about her story and where she's come from and where she's at right now. Kelly, welcome.
Thank you. It's great to be on the show.
Thank you. To all of you who are just joining, please get this out there. We want to touch as many people as we can with this very special broadcast. I've been contemplating it all day. We're not going to be on too long. We're just going to share someone's very special story, and it involves faith. It really backs up the topics that I've been speaking on about faith and surrendering, and Kelly's now an expert on that. Would you tell us about how life was like when we last met 2 years ago?
I was struggling really badly with depression and anxiety 2 years ago, and I was in a bad position with money, and I was doing escorting, and
Yep.
I met you, and I just started getting faith and believing in Jesus Christ and the Lord above, and started, acknowledging
I
who
remember
He
that,
is.
and I just wanted to see somebody's life change, and I found out down the track on a phone call with you that you'd gone home and decided to turn your life around, and it was amazing. Is that right?
Yeah, I came back home to my parents' house, and I met a young man who is now my husband.
Wow.
And I also have a 6-year-old son. I don't have him in my care. Some of my family does because I was only 14
Yes.
when I had him.
Yes.
But I go to church and I pray and I have faith that the Lord above and Jesus Christ has a plan for all of us, and because he had a plan for me, and I've got that.
When I met
I'm
you,
still going through that.
Sorry.
Man,
When I met you,
that's
I
right.
wanted to be a part of something big. I wanted to kind of, in a way, and it wasn't me that did it, it was God and it was you. But I wanted to be a part of something that people said couldn't be done. People told me, you can't break
Yeah.
Methodism. You can't ever not, be involved in prostitution once you are. You can't not do those. The two things that people often say you just can't get out of. Well, you're a walking miracle and a testimony to the fact that those people are downright wrong. And I just remember that. So we haven't actually met in person since, and the changes you make are so quick. You're a mother. You're married. You're going to church. You're doing fantastic. And when we last met, that was it was a different story. But you were receptive. You chose to have that faith. And it really paid off. Was it difficult, that initial step to get out of it? And can you tell us about how you got away from the pimps and the people involved, and how you lost obviously a large source of income from these things that weren't helpful?
Yeah. Well, yes, it was difficult, but I had faith in the Lord that He was going to be helping me through every single step of the way. And
Yes.
I got out of it. I just deleted the profile I had for that prostitution, and I was also doing drugs, and I have stopped that as well. And I didn't need rehab. I just prayed to the Lord above, and I'm clean and sober and happy.
What's the connection?
And I'm free, and I can be who I want to be.
It's beautiful. I've always said that there's a connection between drugs, particularly meth, and prostitution. Would you tell us about what you saw? And because we know that this chemical methamphetamine, that we've both done it, not together, but we both know what we're talking about. It's a demonic thing, and it's something that has the power to make other people almost your slave, and you can get anybody to do anything. What role did it play
Yeah.
in
Well, when I was on it, I just didn't sleep. I didn't eat. I pretty much came anorexic. Um, and people were telling me what to do, and I just listened to them. Like my brain wasn't thinking clearly. And
Yeah.
then when I prayed to the Lord and asked for help and forgiveness, I made that massive step, and I moved away from it, and I have not touched any of it since.
Wow. that's
And
it's
I
that's
and I pray to the Lord, and I thank Him for helping me and guiding me through these big decisions.
because your story really is amazing. I mean, you were 18 at the time, and now you are 20 this month, same as myself.
Yeah,
We're like 6 days apart, right? And
yeah,
I just thought that that if I just yeah I just knew that
mm,
there was better things, and I had the faith. I had the faith, and I remember that night, and I'll forever uh, appreciate the talks that we had that night, and I believe it was God appointed, and and man, but you know what? You did it. You did it. You did it.
yeah.
And I'm so
But it wasn't
incredibly
just me,
proud of you.
and I had your help, and you had faith in me as well. So it wasn't just the Lord; it was you as well that helped me through this, and I will always thank you for that. And I will always look up and thank you for
Thank you.
helping me
Thank
through it.
you. Appreciate it. He puts people
You
in
are
our
a
way.
great guy.
Appreciate it. Well, it's just the love I have for people. You know,
Mm,
my belief in equality, that we're all the same, and that you know, I know what it's like now more than I did then. What it's like to be trapped in a way of life that you just don't know how to get out of, but you know isn't quite right.
yeah. Like
Yeah,
I felt trapped, and then we met, and I just felt this faith and this connection. And
yeah.
you started talking about God and Jesus, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna stop, and I'm gonna start going to church and start praying and asking the Lord for forgiveness and helping me.
It's incredible. Honestly, this is a slap
Yeah.
in the face to all the people out there that have no faith. It's
Mm,
just amazing because it's
yeah.
it's literally like the faith, the evidence of things unseen, the substance of things hoped for. You know, the substance of
Mm,
things hoped for, and you just believed it. You believed what would happen if you had that faith, gave up that source of income, and you've done it, and you've done so incredibly well.
yeah. And I
What?
mean, um, I was in child, youth, and family from a young age, and so I didn't live with my real parents.
Yeah,
And like going through that, um, and being hanging out with the wrong crowd, that was what was pushing me into the drugs and prostitution.
yeah.
And
What
then
would you say
I
to a
finally realized that I had faith. I needed to have faith, because what's the point of living without faith? Everyone has faith, but they just need to dig deep to find it.
Well, it's impossible to please God without it. That's what it says.
Yeah.
Without faith, it is impossible to please God. I want to say, what would you say? Two questions. What would you say to a young person, to a young girl who is thinking, "Hey, it's accepted. I might go into escorting," and you say escorting instead of prostitution. It glamorizes it. They get in it and they feel
Mm.
trapped. They're meth. I mean, I have seen prostitutes get sold meth on K Road with my own eyes. You know what to look out for?
Yeah.
Most people could walk down the street and not see
Yeah.
it, but I know my eyes have been open to the world. I can see. That's why I would strongly recommend
Mm.
against meth. But now my eyes are open. I can notice things, bad things that it's better to just be innocent of. And I remember being down K Road and you can see cars, and to some people it looks like someone's just dropping off somebody's lunch, and to me it's I know exactly what they're doing. They're that person's selling that person a bag they're about to have and it's really terrible. Yeah, what would you say to a young person, to a young girl,
Well,
who's considering
if
this?
I met a young girl at 18 or 19
Yeah.
doing what I was doing, I would recommend that they should stop, because it is bad and it's not a great life. It puts you in a bad position, and you can easily get arrested for it, and you can get in trouble. You can get mixed up in the wrong crowd, and it is not a nice place to be in.
Obviously, it's not a criminal offence to be an escort, but you can get into a world. James, can you fix the stream up, please? Thank you, James. I appreciate it. So obviously, it's a world where you involve yourself in things where you're connected to gangs, you're connected to dangerous people, and the people that are the clients are, they're not the best.